Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. This interview is sponsored by Carl Black Orlando, Orlando's premier Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealership. They offer an extensive inventory of new and pre owned vehicles. Stop by today just off of East Colonial Drive. Today I have with me Brayden Patton. He's an offensive lineman out of Northern Illinois. How's your day going, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me on here, Jimmy.
Yeah, man, nice to actually sit down with you. I mean, you guys just finished up your season, just finished up really your career there at NIU. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's bittersweet. And in the career after 6 years, but I wouldn't trade anything for it. So
Sure. So I mean, obviously six long years. I mean, some good experience as an offensive lineman. Obviously starting there for a while at center, also playing guard. But let's just kind of backtrack a little bit. I just kind of want to know a little bit more about your backstory. So give us just a brief summary, if you don't mind.
yeah, so originally I went to high school in Ellettsville, Indiana. Spent 3 years there, sophomore year through senior year. Got recruited my senior year, junior summer leading into the senior year. NIU was one of my only offers. I only had two offers, one from NIU, one from Indiana State. And I just felt like NIU was home. The head coach at the time, Rod Carey, he was from the old staff. And I really enjoyed going up to NIU when I took a visit there. I had a big dog camp there that I participated in and received an offer, probably 2 days after that camp. And then talked it over with my family, and I decided NIU was the place for me. So, and I wouldn't trade the last 6 years I've had at NIU for anything. Special place to me. Won two MAC championships there as a player, and went to several bowl games, several wins, some ups and some downs. But it was awesome. It was an awesome career.
Yeah, definitely interesting career for you. I mean, again, like I had mentioned, some starts at guard, some starts at center. We have invited you to our event at the Hula Bowl in Orlando. I know you just got finished with the bowl game there in Orlando,
Yeah.
but we're gonna get you back over there for sure. So I don't know if we're gonna be having you play at guard or center, maybe having the opportunity to play at both. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you were a starter at center this whole season, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And then previously, I want to say like some of last season as well, right? Like most of last season.
Yeah. So the whole COVID season, we played 6 games. I started all those at center. And then the season before that, 2019, I believe I started the last 4 games at center. And then before that was when I started at guard, both right and left, the 2018 season, and then the first 8 games of the 2019 season. So
Interesting. So, I mean, again, having a little bit of versatility to do that.
mhm.
Braden, I also want you to hear something that one of our scouts had to say about you. So,
Uh,
uh, just hear me out on this. Says has good feet and lateral movement, quality bend and flexibility, strong punch at the point of attack with quality hand placement. Shows elite ability to anchor without giving up ground, rarely allows pressures or sacks through the middle. So, obviously, hearing that, and maybe just kind of, with you and your experiences, how would you define yourself as an athlete?
yeah, those are awesome words. And define myself as an athlete, I think I'm really versatile. I can play any position on the offensive line. Very smart player. You know, I think also, I can play very physical. Move my feet very well. Um, be able to identify, all the mics, different defenses, uh, And communication is a big thing for me too, especially the leadership qualities that I have, that I feel I possess. I think that goes into the game as well, communicating to each person on the offensive line where we're going, um, what we're doing on the play. So I think that's huge.
So why don't you dive into that a little bit more with regards to you being a leader? I mean, obviously, as a center, I mean, you need to make sure to make those calls at the line. Communicate to your buddies there. But just chat with me for a little bit. How do you see yourself as a leader? Talk to me about your leadership skills, that sort of thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this past season and the season before, I was voted as the team captain for NIU. So it was obviously a tremendous honor from my teammates. Um, and I think, they see the leadership qualities in me, leading the O line group, especially the past 3 years, teaching the young guys what they need to be taught, showing them the ropes, how to do things, how to train, how to study film, how to get better at your craft. Um, so I think, teaching those guys and then leading the room, it's just been great leadership for me. And then also being able to speak up to the team and being a voted a captain, giving directions to everyone, just being able to lead is something that I think that's grown on me. And I think that I can still become better at it too. But I think it's been awesome. And the leadership qualities that I possess, I think, it'll help me for the next level.
Gotcha. Another part about you that I find very interesting is really just having a father who's a very
Yeah.
successful offensive lineman coach. Um,
Mhm.
he's been coaching the offensive line longer than you've been born, which is just kind of
Yeah.
crazy if you think about it. So maybe perhaps you were just destined to be, an offensive lineman, in the womb.
Yeah.
So I mean, the likes of which your dad's coached. I mean, you're talking guys like Darrell Williams of the Bills, Lane Johnson of the Eagles, Trent Williams of the 49ers. A lot of, people there that he's had influence on. Um, how has he influenced you, and how has that really, shaped you? I mean, was he trying to, I guess, teach you at a very young age, like when you were like, I don't know, 5 years old or something?
Yeah. My dad's been, my role model ever since I've been, a little kid. Um, the way, we would always go out in the front yard, since I was little, and just do different things, different drills. He was always teaching me different things. We have pictures of, I think I was like maybe fourth, fifth grade, out in the driveway. We got a agile bag, and I'm snapping the football to him. He's under center. So it's been awesome. He's my role model. Just the things that he's taught me, throughout the years, and being able to just go to him and ask anything, you know, and watching film with him, studying the game, all of it, and you named guys that he's coached, so he's been around every single level. So just the experience that he has in me being able to, you know, grow up and watch that kind of stuff, and him being able to teach it to me, it feels like it's, an advantage kind of for me, in that aspect, being able to know the game and being able to have him teach me things, maybe that I want to get better at.
So it's kind of interesting though now that he's more or less coaching for a rival. I mean, has he
Yeah.
been coaching you up even still? I mean, because I mean, obviously, since you've been at NIU, he's at Miami of Ohio. So, I mean, is there any problems there at all with that sort of exchange or no?
No, we all joke about it a lot, but every time we talk, it's always father son. It's he always understands, and I understand. it's about the relationship. We don't talk. We joke around and be like, hey, I want to. He got me the past 2 times. Before this at Miami, he was at Eastern Michigan, and they beat us twice. We joke around at Thanksgiving and everything, but all of our conversations have always been, father-son relationship, and he still helps me out with whatever I need. And we still watch film together whenever. So it's awesome.
Awesome. So very quickly, dude, I want to, just kind of, talk about that experience for you and maybe how that
Mhm.
has developed over the years. That being like you watching film, breaking down your opponents. Can you maybe think about a particular instance where you watching film really helped you, in a game time situation?
Yeah, I think back to this past year, I was watching, we were getting prepared for Central Michigan, um, and they run a bunch of different blitzes and then some coverages and different fronts. And so we were getting prepared. And I was in the film room with a couple of our younger players, and just getting in there watching the different fronts that they were doing, and seeing what blitzes were coming out of those fronts, just because there was different things scheme wise that we knew what they were going to do in this formation that we had, and then what play we were running in this formation that we would expect from them is maybe they bring this blitz when we run this play, and blocking the schemes into the blitzes, and then into the different fronts. So
Nice. So I mean, obviously, another part of the grind is,
yeah,
you stepping into the weight room, getting your job done in there as well. Chat with me a little bit about your experience in the weight room, your attitude, your mentality, and maybe even your favorite lift.
yeah. The weight room is everything. We had a great strength coach at NIU right now, Junie Barnett. That he came from the Baltimore Ravens with Coach Hammock, that's at NIU right now. So he's taught me everything that I need to know. And in the weight room, he always has one thing that he says. The weight room, you can either attack the weight room or it'll attack you. And I kind of take that approach to it. Like, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to attack it, I'm going to do what I need to do, to get stronger, to get my body right, flexibility wise, mobility wise. So it's been awesome. The weight room is an awesome place, that I love to be in. My favorite lift, I'd probably like to say either power clean or bench press. Bench press as an offensive lineman is always a big lift because, you want to see how much you can bench off your chest and press away from you, pushing guys around. And then power clean just as the explosiveness, the explosiveness in the lift is always fun. So
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously, with the bench, I mean, you get people that are training to do that 225 as much as they can. I mean, and obviously, from now until draft day, you're going to be, preparing, trying to get yourself into the best shape possible, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Do you have any particular facility or trainer that you're going to be working with during that time?
I don't have, not yet. I'm still looking around at facilities and trainers, um, but I'm in the past next couple weeks definitely going to narrow the search down and find where I'm going to train.
Sure. Well, I mean, definitely, if you when you come down here to the Orlando area and look
Yeah.
around, I mean, I know there are several places down in Florida,
Hmm.
but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to, be like kind of back home or what have you. Maybe have
Yeah.
some like personal trainer. I don't know, but definitely excited to have you at our event at the Hula Bowl.
Yeah.
I also just kind of wanted to chat about like, man, you've had a lot of great moments during your career. Named second team all conference this season.
Yeah.
What's been like the highlight or most memorable moment of your career?
I would have to say this past MAC championship that we just won this year in 2021. Mostly because the season before with COVID and everything, you know, it was a rough season for everyone, and especially for us at NAU. We were 0-6. You know, first time I've been winless ever in football in my career. So you know, it was tough, and being able to turn the program around as a leader and a captain, being able to turn the program around and go and win a MAC championship. And I think we're the one of the only teams to ever go from 0 wins to winning a championship the next year. So this season was definitely probably the most special moment that I've had in my career so far.
Awesome. Well, I mean, obviously, you guys got yourself to a point, just very successful year. I know you guys, got I want to say Rocky Lombardi this is his
Yeah,
first year there, right?
yeah,
So,
correct. Yep,
so as far as I know, he's coming back. So I mean, with him
yep,
coming back, I mean, hopefully you guys can continue that trend, moving forward, and just
yeah,
continue in that, conference championship, conversation. So,
yeah.
really nice, program there at
Mhm.
NIU. Let's get a chance to meet Brayden Patton outside of a football player. Tell me something
All
about
right.
yourself that maybe not everybody knows. Something interesting, fun, unique, hobbies, talents, what have you. Go ahead and hit me with something.
All right. Hobbies, you know, I would say I like to go hunt and fish. You know, hunting I haven't done in a while, mostly because I've been busy with football and everything. Fishing though, we used to go all the time at NIU. I would go with some buddies. You know, bass, crappie, all of them. You know, and then I've also play some video games sometimes. You know, just with the boys, some Madden or some Call of Duty, stuff like that. And then an interesting fact: um, when I was, I think T-ball, probably second or third grade, we were living in Oklahoma, and um, Toby Keith was his son was in the same grade above me, and we played on the same T-ball team basically, and he was like an assistant coach of the team. So we kind of have like our family and their family. We know each other, so it was pretty cool to be able to play with his son and see Toby Keith as well. So
That's wild, man. I mean, obviously rubbing
yeah,
shoulders with a country music, legend. So
yeah.
nice to be able to do that.
Hmm.
Are you a fan of his? What kind of
Oh
music
yeah,
are you listening to regularly?
yeah, for sure. I definitely like country, you know, and some pop, hip hop. So
Cool. And again, you said
yeah,
you were from Indiana, right?
yeah, that's where I went to high school.
Okay.
So with
So
my dad coaching, we moved a bunch. So
sure. So what's hometown for you right now?
right now I'm living back. Just moved out of my place in Illinois. I'm living with my parents in Ohio, so
Cool.
Oxford.
So, tell me something about your hometown, man. Something unique, special, fun. Like if I were to come visit you, what would we do?
You know, and I would say in Oxford, you know, there's some really a lot of nice downtown area. So you know, there's different restaurants. There's an insomnia cookie. I know that's big around, but one of my favorite places to go for you know cookies and stuff. So treats. But yeah, really that's about it.
Fun. At least it sounds interesting. It's got an interesting name to the place at the very least.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um, hey Braden. I mean, obviously, we do feel like you have a lot of potential. We invited you to our event. Um, I know that there are scouts that are watching you. That they've been watching you now for a while. Obviously, going to be down in Orlando watching you there as well. I want you to take a moment, address those scouts right now. Tell them, maybe what kind of player you would be for their program if they took a chance on you, signed you, draft you, that sort of thing. So hit them with your pitch.
yeah. So you know, what you get from me is a team, you know, team player. I'm gonna do whatever the team needs, whatever's asked of me. You know, it's always gonna be the team first. I love the game of football. I'm going to do whatever it takes, to get an opportunity to make a team. You're going to get my best every day, on the field, in the weight room, whatever it is. And the love for a game, obviously, with my dad being a coach too. I've been around the game my entire life, so the love for the game is there. It's at the top of the list. Football is everything to me, so you're gonna get my best shot.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously, we're getting a guy who's fairly versatile, can play center and guard, equally well, being coached up since the womb. So, I mean, a
Yeah,
guy who really knows the position very well. And like you also had mentioned, I mean, being a team captain there for a couple of years, I mean, being a good leader of that program as well, that, your position group, and, you know, uh, like you said, also just kind of being a team player. So, uh,
yeah,
really think that you have a lot of potential, going, to go to the next level and be successful. So, um, thanks a lot for this interview, bud, and I wish you best of luck moving forward. Okay.
yeah. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
Sure. Once again, you could see Brayden Patton of Northern Illinois at the Hula Bowl January 15th, alongside other athletes. You can purchase those tickets now via Ticketmaster.com. This interview was sponsored by Carl Black Orlando in Orlando, Florida. Thanks again for watching, and mahalo.